All right, I think we're recording. Welcome back to the shop, everybody. Things are a little different. You might noticed I added some elements. My wife was complaining, well, not complaining. She just mentioned that it'd be nice to be able to see me, so I added that. I don't know what you guys think of it, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And me and Blue have just been hanging out here in the shop all week, doing some stuff, and I brought the guitars into the shop this week, and I had some work to do outside of the shop, which was really nice. You know, not having work lined up, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you know. You're eating into your savings, you know, a younger version of yourself put that money away for, you know, for a rainy day, or at least for an older version of me. And I was dipping into that a bit, and I'm glad I don't have to keep doing that. So it's nice that we got work lined up for a little while here, and hopefully this corporate restructuring stuff settles out in the wash and things settle out in a new normal that's, you know, tolerable for us. But welcome back, and I'm going to get the timer going here. So this week, you know, last week we tried the Glenglassaugh, really, really nice whiskey. And then before that we had the McCullough 15, which speaks for itself. I mean, it's a really fantastic whiskey. This week we're going to head down to Ireland. And I got this Redbreast single pot Irish whiskey. It's a 12. And I'm not an expert at whiskey, but as far as I know, it's a bit warmer down in Ireland. So an Irish 12 is the equivalent of a Scottish 15, almost certainly, right? So in terms of just its maturity. So let's get this cracked and give this a try. See if I have any better luck with this one. All right, come on. For God's sakes. Why does things always rip on me? Come on, get off of there. All right. All right, let's see what that's like. I've heard really good things about this stuff. Oh man, it's got a really... Yeah, that's like a little spicy. Kind of... What's that I'm smelling in there? It's like fruits or something, like dried fruit. That's what it says on the tin. That's what you get. So let's give this a pour and see what we've got. Oh, yeah. I've been combing the antique shops looking for a decent set of cups. I'm not buying new cups. I want to get something really cool and old. So I'm been going to these antique shops, and I've got a couple of really neat things. Maybe we'll show you one day. I got this like old voltmeter. This thing's wild. Actually, why don't I just go? No, I'm not going to go grab that thing. I'll show it to you guys another time. But let's get this poured into the stupid plastic cup. Oh, God. Oh, man. It's got a fantastic nose. Redbreast. What are the Irish known for, eh? Black eyes and really good whiskey, I guess. That's got a really nice bite. What's the alcohol in this one? My eyes are so bad. What does that say? 40. I got another set of glasses. These are not the best. I need them for seeing far away. The ones for up close are different. I tried wearing those. I don't know what do they call them. The progressive. I just couldn't wear those things. They're just awful. But oh man. Yeah, it's got like fruity, kind of a honey aftertaste. Super fantastic. Wow, that is bomber. Again, it's it's in my range. It's less than $100 Canadian, so it's not expensive, but not not the cheapest stuff in the world. That's kind of what I'm going for here on the channel as well. You know, we're gonna try to produce reasonably good effort-filled content. Speaking of effort, cigars are another one of my favorites, right? I always appreciate things where people put a good effort. And actually, I should probably do a little shout out to the City Cigar guys. They're down at Laurel and I think West 6th. I don't know if you've ever been in there, but Man, these guys really went all out. They put effort into setting that place up. It's just fantastic. And there's a young guy, there's Sebastian, and then there's another guy, Jay. And again, they're you know, they'll help you with your cigars, but they also got great whiskey recommendations, brandy. The guys know their stuff. And if you're ever looking for cigars, go to City Cigar. I mean, I know you could probably go to one of those like neon vape shop places and save a couple bucks, but you know, I think I'd rather deal with guys who know their stuff and who've put the time, energy, and money into it, right? There's goes to go. Oh yeah, that's good. What was this thing? It was that Dominican cigar. Last time we had a Cuban. What do they call this thing? It's a Connecticut cut Macanudo. Macanudo. Not bad. See if she goes with the whiskey. Blue. That's good stuff. Just keep an eye on that whiskey for me. So this week, last week I kind of introduced some musical concepts. Tonight at the end of the show, I'm gonna see if I can break out that guitar. This is the first try at this, so I don't know how well it's gonna record. We'll see, but I'll see if I can give you guys an idea of the kind of sound I'm going for. You know, I'd like to stick to acoustic guitars right now, and I know what you're thinking. It's like folksy kind of, no, that's not what we're going for. It's going to be contemporary rock music. It's just I'd like to stick to acoustic guitars for a while, just because well, two things. We can't make too much of a racket here. I've got it pretty well soundproofed in the room here, but you know, I got to watch it with the noise level. Let's just say I don't want to go too crazy. There'll be a time when we go do a bit of, you know, crazy, but that's going to be in another place, and we'll break out the electric guitars and really make a racket. But for now, I'm going to stick to acoustic, and we'll get this project, this rock opera thing that I've got in mind going. And that's kind of what the channel's all about. That's why I'm putting all this effort in, and that's why I'm setting the space up, is to get that rock opera thing put together. But I have been getting some help. And this is an open call to get some more guys in here and get this project going. Why don't I introduce a guy that's been helping me? He's an artist. He lives up in just outside of Whitehorse. And Colin, how's it going, buddy? This name Colin is going to keep popping up. I don't know why I know so many Collins. It's just, I just do. It's funny, I meet a guy named Colin and I know we're going to be buds. It's like almost guaranteed. But let me just show you what Colin's done for me. So, Blue is kind of, how do I describe him? I should give a proper introduction to him. Maybe I'll do a whole show dedicated to Blue. And I've got some neat stories of just my experiences having him around. But my daughter made him for me when she was little, and at first, like I said, I just kept him in the corner of the room with the rest of the stuff she's made me, the little drawings and the little ties and all that stuff. But Blue is different than the rest of that stuff for reasons that I'll get into in another show. But this artist, I commissioned him to make me a little painting of Blue, because Blue's my shop safety guy. Like, that's just how I treat him, right? He's kind of like my second set of eyes. I don't know. Don't ask me. It's like his little gray button eyes are always. He's always got him out for me, right? But I described Blue, called him my shop safety guy, and Colin did the rest. Wait to see what he produced. It's amazing. Why don't I go get it? But he made a little painting for me. Let's see if I can get that into the frame here. But he made this awesome little pastel drawing of Blue. He's got a little safety vest, a little clipboard, a little hard hat. Let's see if you guys can see that. But he did a fantastic job. He just captured something, didn't you think? It's like this big, fearsome spirit, like watching out for me, right? It's just how I feel about Blue, right? But he's like gentle until he's not. You know what I mean? Like he's got fearsomeness, but it's like tame. I don't know. I just love how he captured it completely. And I just keep this sort of painting up between my guitars here. But Colin is an illustrator. So I got this package just before Christmas. I ordered it from I think they're called Old Sovereign Publishing in England. And they're producing classics, but they're giving them the royal treatment. They're putting, going all out. Well, Colin did some illustration work for A Christmas Carol for them. And this is the first time I'm getting seeing this. Oh, look, they even sent me a nice little thank you. Okay, Colin, this is the first time I'm opening this. So I haven't even looked at the drawings yet. I got this book for my grandkids. They're not even born, but I wanted to start their collection. So it's A Christmas Carol, illustrated by Colin Alexander. So let's get to some of the illustrations here, Colin. Oh my, look at that, guys. Colin is really good. He's got a bunch of stuff on Twitter, and he's working on a couple things for me right now. That's really good. Colin, you did that too. That's nice. There's a nice one. The old man at the graveyard. You guys can see that? I'm sure they're scattered out. Oh, there's another nice one. That's pretty good. The party. You remember that when they were looking through the window at the party? So Colin is going to be helping me with the little gingerbread man. He'll be doing a bit of the illustrations and some of the stuff that will help kids kind of fill the story blanks in their heads. So what is this little gingerbread man thing that I want to make? I've introduced it a couple times to a couple of different people, and some of you have actually seen me narrate the story somewhat. So the little gingerbread man is it's a rock opera. That's just what I call it. 'Cause for lack of a better word, right? It's a story told to music. So the way this works is I'm going to get into a character. I call him Grandpa Jack. We might even do my makeup and turn me into an old man. But we narrate the story, and now there's a story that goes. Each of the characters has an inner dialogue, and that inner dialogue, I want to do that with music. And that's kind of how this works. It's an adventure story that's meant for children, not little tiny ones. Like if your kids are old enough to watch Star Wars, the story's meant for children that age and older, right? And basically, we take these kids on a grand adventure, and without giving away too much of the tale, the idea is there's two children who get thrust. They get thrusted into this weird, enchanted world full of mystery and adventure. And they go on a treasure hunt, basically. But it's not a regular treasure hunt. It takes place in the old Habsburg Empire at the end. Just at the end of World War I, most of the story takes place. And then there's callbacks for like times in the future and times in the past. But it navigates itself from that point. And it's a treasure hunt. And these children are thrust into this treasure hunt, and not only thrust into it, but there's no way out but through. They have to actually complete the adventure to save their mother and father and their uncle, like, who have been ensnared. And now these children have to solve this mystery to rescue their parents, literally. But they don't know who to trust. They actually can't trust anyone. And it's kind of an inversion. It's like, in the story, the bandits are the good guys, and the authorities are like not to be trusted. It's a weird way to approach it, but the pirates, the bandits, the outlaws help them, and help just comes out of the woodwork as they need it, right? But they do have to go on this adventure and solve this riddle to, well, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a lot of fun. And I guess I need help with a few elements of this. Obviously, there's a musical component that I want to invite some of you guys to help me out with. And that's kind of what tonight's about, is opening that up a bit. I'm going to try breaking out the guitar here. Now, this is something I haven't done yet, and I'm not sure how I'm going to even try to record it. We'll see how it comes out. And I'm not going for high fidelity sound, and it's not going to be anything too fancy. I'm going to show you a couple of the parts of a song called Eyes on Fire. It's from the opera, but it's more of it's in memory of a guy that affected my life, Adam, who was the spiritual lead of our band, Auspicious Vertigo, back in the day. He was the rock star. Now, this new project, I have no interest in being a rock star. Like, I have zero to no interest at all in becoming a rock star. But I do think music is a big part of my life, and I do want to share it a bit with you and through this opera thing. So, without further ado, I'm going to kind of redo this video, but I'm going to do it better. I'm going to listen to what I've just done, and I'm going to fix it. All right? Be right back. Okay, I think I'm back. All right, so I just listened to what I just recorded. Just wanted to see how this all kind of turned out, and it's not too bad. So I'm just going to have another little dram of the old red breast before I break out the guitar. So I'm gonna give something a try. Like I said, I'm gonna rejigger the shop here. Readjust the lighting and the cameras and everything, and get the guitar going. I got a little amplifier that I'll plug in, and I'll see if I can make this work. So, who's this directed to? Well, there's a few of you guys I'm going to send this to, and today something really interesting happened. And I just, before I really get going on this, I feel compelled to mention it. Look, I think this project is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of us. Like I said, the guys I want to work with are guys like me. They're my age, and you guys are going to come into the shop. We'll try some nice whiskeys together and sit at this table. And I think it's going to be really fun for the audience as well, to get to know us as people, right? And then see us play music, which will be just, it adds an element to it. And there's a guy that the wind blew into my shop today, literally. Peter, how's it going? Wait till you meet this Peter guy. We have a lot in common. In fact, way too much. He was strolling past my house in the alley here, and I was in the back, and I saw this guy. I'm like, holy shit, that he's one of my dudes. Like, that's a dude that I would 100% become buddies with. So I went out and said hi, shook his hand, invited him in, and me and him just sort of sat in the shop here. We didn't get, I had a lot, I was trying to get set up to do the show, so I couldn't really hang out with Petar as much as I'd like to, but I can't wait to have Petar sitting at this table with me. Perhaps we'll even turn a camera on. Me and him will chat and talk about life a bit, and then we'll break out the guitars and do some jamming, and he's a guitar player. And like I'm not a guitar player. Like, one thing you guys are gonna notice, these hands of mine are not fine-tuned instruments. I've just been so rough on them. I've smashed them with hammers. I've hacked them open with like table saw blades, like literally almost cut my thumb off. They barely stitched it back on. I still can't feel anything on this thing, right? It's just like there's nothing. But at least it's there, right? You know, these are bass player hands. And I do look forward to getting back on that bass guitar, right? But I've been playing the acoustic guitar lately, and it's not awful. And but I'm not a guitar player. The guitar is a really fine instrument and it requires a fine, a man with hands that could, do those fine, delicate chords, right? Pat Dodd is a guitar player, believe it or not. It was crazy. I'm so glad I met him, but like the wind literally blew him in my direction. And that's kind of what I'm hoping happens here. I'm sending these videos out into the black hole that's called YouTube, and I'm hoping for reasons that, none of us can explain, it lands in your lap, and you're compelled to reach out and say, hey, how's it going? And like I said, you're a guy around my age. I'm 54. Pat Dodd is 51. And he played in a band back in the day as well. And, there's a lot more to this music thing than just talent, right? There's a spiritual element to this that I hope, we find each other, right? Like whatever. It's like the hard part is just finding each other. Once we're in a room together all hanging out, that's the easy part. Let's just find each other. And let's just get this thing going, right? That's all I care about right now. But I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna rejigger the room here, get that guitar going, and I'm gonna introduce this tune, just the kind of sound that I'm going for. Like I said, people hear acoustic guitars and they think folksy. It's just that's not what I have in mind at all. There's no way to describe it. Why don't I just show it? So let me stop the video. I'll get the guitar set up. I'll rework the room. And me and Blue will see you guys in a couple seconds. All right? All right, I'm back. I've rejiggered the studio here. I think I'll just pour myself another little glass of that Redbreast. Oh, this stuff is so nice. You guys are in for a treat. All of these whiskeys are really good here, like this the Macallan, that Glenglassa, and I've got a bunch more we're going to be opening, so I think you guys are going to really enjoy hanging out in the old shop with Mario and Blue. Next week, we're going to open this one here, the Santori. It's a Japanese whiskey. Again, looking forward to it. Like, it's supposed to be quite good. So, without further ado, I have not performed in front of people in 30 years, so I'm a little rusty, and I'm usually a bass player, so let's get this going. Let me get that guitar on. And let's get the strap in the right orientation. All right. Let's get the old amp plugged in. I should turn that a touch towards the mic. So I've got a couple of mics going, so hopefully I can pick up the sound reasonably well. Let's get this amp on. Where's that pick? See how it looks on the levels. Levels look okay. All right, levels look good. One little shot of liquid courage. Really nice stuff. Irish know their whiskey, I'll tell you that. This is about one of the better ones you'll get. So I'm going to get a little beat going. It'll help things out. Let's see how that looks on the levels. I might have to try this a couple times. We'll see. But this is Eyes on Fire. Sort of the tone that I'm going for, guys. So let's just get it going. All right. will be the intro. Okay, so that would be the intro. So there's about 6 or 7 parts to the song. These chords are chords that Adam showed me back in the day. The guy would always hang out and play these really funky chords, and this song is dedicated to him. So I think it's appropriate that I use chords that he would have played like normally, right? So now the main body of the song, it picks up, obviously. There's about 6 or 7 parts. I'm not going to do them all, but you'll get the idea of kind of the tone I'm going for. So the main body of the song is sort of another riff. So this, we'll call it the main riff of the tune, right? So again, it's sort of like a B major, D flat minor, and then A major, and then back to the weird chords. So let's just show you how it goes. So it's already, this video's getting a bit long. I do want to give you an idea of the sound I'm going for. So, like I said, folksy it is not. We're going to go for a kind of a contemporary rock sound, but acoustic. Hopefully this does the trick. I'm going to listen to how it sounds, and then I'll just get this all posted up onto the YouTube. Good night. See you guys next week. I'm going to be doing this every Saturday, and hopefully I got some guys around this table with me next time, okay? Stay tuned. Enjoy.